What's good, everybody? RJ Sheldon here. Another episode of Spartan Dogs. Good brother, Tony Lippett, aka Lip, aka wide receiver of the year back in the day, aka that motherfucking dog. What's going on, my brother?
Man, you know the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? You did that. Chilly chill, jilly jill. What's the wizard?
Man, you already know. Let's hop right into it. Lions, great
Shit.
game. Went ahead and beat the Packers 24-14. Jared Goff, 18 of 22 from the field, 145 yards. One touchdown. David Montgomery had 17 carries, for 73 yards. And I know Gibbs had around that, but about 65. Amon-Ra Brown had 7 receptions for 56 yards and a touchdown. Great play design in the goal line for their first touchdown. It's always important to go ahead and score first to set the tone. It was a great, I don't even know what type of route you would call that. Fake like you're going out for an arrow, then you come back in. What do we used to call that? And then go back out?
He turned that shit to a fade, though.
I know. No clue. I don't even know what you call it. But all in all, great win. Lions 7-1. First time in a long time that they've been 7-1. Talk to me about this game here.
I remember talking last week. I'm like, man, I chose the Packers. I had the Packers winning at home. I'm like, man, it's gonna be the elements. First game on the road, going into Green Bay gonna play. I'm thinking Jai Alexander gonna play. I ain't know he wasn't gonna play.
Soft ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I seen some stat that said he missed 13 games out of the last 25 games or something like that. But that's a lot of games to be missing, and it ain't like he had like a major injury, right? Like he
No,
isn't like little hamstrings or a shoulder or something like that. Like,
and before you go ahead and go on your spiel on the Lions, as you should, me and James talk about it all the time. He takes advantage of that like load management. He is a prime example of like if he's not feeling any type of way, like 100% or whatever, he's done it through his whole career. He just won't play, and it makes no sense to me. Like you're never going to be 100%. You're already 8 weeks into the season. Why are you not out there, especially in a huge game that's going to depend on you possibly being a 1 seed or having a good seed in the playoffs? It's typical Jair Alexander when it comes to that type of stuff. He should have played regardless. Like you got a bye week next week. Why are you not playing? Jordan Love went out there and played.
I seen him. He could barely like run and scramble anything. He got have hamstring or something like that.
Yeah, groin or whatever.
Man, the game was really a 360 to me. I mean, Detroit Lions came out and played the way that they play. They played physical. They came out, drove the ball. They were just making plays, bro. Like rain or not rain, it didn't even matter. They was making plays, and this what killed it. This when I knew it was over. Right before halftime. Right before halftime. Like you thinking you about to go into halftime down 10-3. 10-3 is cool. Okay, 10-3. But you get the ball back with I think it was like a little bit under a minute left. And they got a timeout. So a minute left, a timeout, you can potentially, get you a little drive to kickstart off into the second half. But you got to be careful, bro. You got to tell your quarterback, bro, you got to be mindful. Like, I don't know if I got to tell you not to fucking throw it to the other team right before halftime. Let alone throw it right to him so he can run it back for a touchdown. It's like, them are the plays that I be talking about with Jordan Love. Like, he just be doing dumb shit sometimes. And I seen that every game he started in this year, he's turned the ball over. He has to get rid of that. Like, he has to stop turning the ball over because that's just gonna put your team behind. You're giving the Lions an extra possession.
Right.
Lions is one of the best offenses in the NFL, and you giving them an extra possession. I ain't even gonna go down the stats and all of that because I watched the game. It was a tough game. I mean, to me, it was never as close as 10 points. I think this game was kind of over. Like, yeah, they probably came. They was trying to come back a little bit, create some type of little run late in the game, but I never thought the Packers was gonna win this game from when they first came out. Because from the first possession, I seen that the Lions was more ready to play than the Packers. And that's what shocked me. That they was more ready to play. And I don't know, bro. I just believe sometimes when you not ready to play or you start slow, I just believe that's on your quarterback, bro. Because it's like you have to be able to pump energy into this team. and get them ready to come out and defend their turf. But if you just chill and you just humble and you just kind of aloof a little bit and you kind of like, I'm gonna just sit back and throw it off one leg and I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna go out here and play. Like they kind of look at it like, who is the leader? Who is the leader on that team besides Jai Alexander? They don't really have a leader. You feel what I'm saying? Guys are dropping the ball. Like y'all practicing that all week.
No.
Bro, y'all should be able to press Green Bay. The Green Bay is all of the advantages helps Green Bay. Not it shouldn't help the Lions. Lions look like they played in the cold and practice in the rain all because they was catching the ball.
Right.
Jared Goff was throwing a good ball. It wasn't like he was overthrowing it, tipping the ball. Like it was decent passes, catchable balls. But the Lions just went out there and dominated, man. Shocked me because that was a domination, a win on the road versus that type of team. So, the Packers got to get their shit together. I mean, they're gonna have to steal a win. Like we said last year, both of the teams won on the road, right?
Yep.
Is this gonna happen again this week? Because they play again in like 3 weeks. They play on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, we have to split with them. We gotta because we don't know what we are gonna be prior to that. We don't know what can happen with in between these games before we get to the Lions. We don't know how the Bears are gonna be. We don't know how other teams are gonna be.
And they already lost to the Vikings. Didn't the Packers already lose to the Vikings? I think.
Yep. Yeah, we have to split with both these teams. So we could be looking at a situation where hate to say it, but we could be scratching and clawing to get in the wild card to play in to get into the wild card or whatever the way we're playing because it was just horrific watching what I saw this past weekend. And I had mentioned it earlier when I did my segment. For you not to go ahead and be ready for this type of game
Yeah.
gives me a lot of worry, as you already mentioned, due to Jordan. They're talking about Jordan Love still a top. He has 11 interceptions. He has 10 interceptions. How do you still have him being among the ranks of, Patrick Mahomes, these guys? You can't have that many interceptions. And I couldn't even name you the last time Aaron Rodgers had double digits in interceptions in his career in Green Bay, let alone Brett Favre, let alone Bart Starr, let alone all these great quarterbacks that came in. And it's like you need to know that you are the pinnacle of the Green Bay Packers. And I love that you hint on it, like being humble. Like you got to figure it the fuck out. Better lack of words,
And
because if
go
you
ahead.
keep doing it, you're gonna. If you think that you can throw an interception every game, and you think your team's gonna put you in a position to win, this game right here should have shown you that. Yeah, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like I can't do this type of stuff because this is what's the outcome's gonna be. I don't care, even if it's a divisional game, any team. Like you
And
got to be ready to go ahead here mentally. And I don't even think it was just him. Well, you got to take into consideration too. We did have drop balls, we did have this and that,
yeah.
but still, that play in the second half, I'm like, this game's over. I was watching with my buddy Tony. I'm like, this game's over with. We're sitting there on this couch like this. Like we can't have this. This is not what you're supposed to do at the quarterback position, let alone in Green Bay, let alone in the NFL.
Like we what 8-9 games in, and he
Yep.
got double digit picks, and he missed like 2 or 3 games, didn't he? Did he miss like 2 games, 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, like literally, I think one or two for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause no, Malik Willis had won like 2 games, 2 or 3 games.
Yes, it was the Tennessee
It was the
Titans
Titans.
game and the who do we play at home? Josh Jacobs had a whole bunch of yards.
Was it Indy?
Uh,
That was Indy. Let me see.
yeah,
It
it
was
was. It
game
was the
two
Colts. It
because
was the
he got
Colts.
he got he got hurt week 1, right?
It was the
So
Colts.
I don't think he
But
came back like week 4 or week 5. So he's missed. And the thing about Jordan Love is always like bonehead plays. It's not like, hey, I was trying to get right here. I was trying to get this in this window right here. Like I ain't saying some interceptions are good interceptions, you know what I'm saying? But some you can live with. But it's some like, bro, you hurting us right now.
right,
Like that pick he threw right before halftime, bro, that hurt the team. And they went in the locker room with that, and they came out of the locker room with that too because Detroit got the ball. So they scored right before he did that little shit. They kicked the field goal.
Yep.
So now you got a minute left, and then you throw the pick. It's 17-3, and then they come out and they get the ball back too. So they stole a possession and then come back and get the ball back. You can't win like that. You can't win like that. Especially you can't win like that. So they need to find a leader. Jair got to play, bro. Like he has to play. They need a leader. They need to figure it out, man. Wide receivers were dropping the rock too. They was dropping the rock. They were dropping the rock. Man, hey man, I don't care if it's raining. You better take them gloves off. Hey, better be able to catch the ball, bro. You got to. Man, like, it is what it is. You're in the
For
NFL, bro.
real.
Just,
Right.
you playing in the rain your whole life.
Right.
Figure it out, bro. Or are they gonna find somebody else to figure it out? That's how I look at it. But great win for Detroit. That's damn near one of them Super Bowl type wins for real. Especially St. Brown walking in there with a Green Bay Sucks hoodie on. He walking into y'all
He's
crib.
absolutely sick for that. I love it though. I love the arrogant, cocky, confident self belief that you know that not only you but your team, we ain't worried about shit. We about to come in here and do our thing. And where does that start from? That starts from the head coach all the way to the top of the head coach and all the way down to whatever trainer. They know what they doing on every Sunday when they strap up them pads or they go ahead and put whatever little pass thing as a coach on. They about to come in there and whoop y'all ass. And that's what the Lions did to the Packers this past Sunday. Belt to ass. The whole game. Belt to ass.
Yeah, that's what I said. Domination, bro. So they better tighten up because they got a bye week this week.
Yep. Bye week this week, and then they faced the Houston Texans. No, you guys faced the Houston Texans. We faced the I should know this off the
It's about
top
to
of
be
my
a
head.
bunch of division games now. I know that.
Yeah, we faced the Bears. Like we're in Chicago. That's a
Yeah,
huge game.
yeah.
That is a huge game.
So
So they better get it together. Better get it together. But all in all, Detroit Lions, man, people are telling me that Jared Goff shouldn't be in the MVP race. We'll get to that later. He's playing very good football right now. Very good football. But moving on over, before we go in and get to Spartan football, I had mentioned earlier that the Lions do face the Texans this week. Talk to me a little bit about that game. That's definitely going to be a little tough game going on the road.
mhm.
Obviously, I know that Stephon Diggs and those guys are out. Maybe Nico Collins comes back. I don't know. I haven't checked yet. But kind of what are your thoughts about this game going into this week for the Lions?
I think it'll be a good test. It's gonna be hard. CJ Stroud is still like a great young quarterback,
Right.
and obviously this year he's kind of, he kind of been a little shaky this year. I'm telling, bro. The more I look at it, that's the thing to become with a lot of these players, bro. They starting to think like after 1 year they got it figured out, and bro, you don't, bro. Every year is different. Like every year, different is there's so many pieces that can go up or go down. There's so many things that can happen, and if you're not getting better, if you trap like he was doing a lot of shit this offseason. I'm not saying like he can't do nothing. Like you got to just stay in the box and not do nothing and throw the ball all day and go to practice and train all day. But bro, you have to like don't think you arrived, bro.
Right.
Like you can't think you arrived. And he was talking a little spicy this offseason too, CJ Stroud.
He was talking. All of them were. They were
Bro,
talking
I'm talking
nuts.
about a lot of these quarterbacks, a lot of these young guys are just talking like crazy, and it's like, bro, this ain't college, bro. Like these guys is like really watching you, like your every move. Like, hey, when he come up to the line, when he strap his left glove up first, that means he about to get the ball. It's down to that, to
Right.
those type of details. This ain't college, bro. We ain't worried about a tutor. You ain't got no class. You ain't got none of that shit.
Right.
You ain't in the game thinking about your exam next week. It ain't none of that. It's all football, and I feel like a lot of these guys are getting humbled this year, and it's good. It's good, maybe a benefit of them in the future. But for this game, I think it's Sunday night football, right? Sunday night.
Yep.
Yep,
I,
Sunday night football. It's gonna be a great game, though. Honestly, I think CJ Stroud gonna have something to prove, man. Like if Nico Collins do come back, because I think he's been out for like 3-4 weeks, so I do think this is the week that he will come back potentially. I don't know, but they need him for sure, and this will be a game for him to show like I'm still like that. You feel me? Like, yeah, I've been
Right.
having a little down year. Yeah, it's been up and down. I've turned the ball over. We might not have been the team that we planned to be or we thought we were before the season started, but I can still win big games and I can
Right.
still throw this ball accurately. So this would be a good game for CJ Stroud to show, like, hey, this will be a big win for him. And I mean, I ain't saying like he's gonna do it because I don't think he's gonna do it. I think the
Right.
Detroit Lions put on there and take over Houston and ball out in Houston because they just the better team. They the better
Right.
team. They on fire right now. Wherever they go, they take they whole team going. Not just the offense, not just the special teams, not just the defense, not just the big players. No, every single player, everybody that dress up on the Detroit Lions roster, they are going into that game knowing that they can win, feeling like they can win, aggressive like they coach. And I just think the Lions is ready to go. I think the Lions is the best team in the NFC by far. And I don't even think it's close like that. Like the more I look at it, because I thought the Packers was close. I thought the Packers was close, bro, but they ain't there yet. And the Lions showed that, yeah, we going to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I love it. I love it. I got the Lions winning though.
No, I like that. Both teams top of their own division. Lions 7-1 first, and then obviously the Texans are AFC South. They are first as well. It should be a great game. Another great game that we can finally watch on TV on a Sunday night, prime time. And I'm right with you. I think the Lions are going to go ahead and take care of business. They are rolling on all cylinders, and when everyone's on the same side, tugging on that rope, coaches, players, everybody, going to have a special season.
Yeah.
Moving on over to Spartan football, they did lose to the Indiana Hoosiers 47-10. Aiden Childs was 16 of 24 from the field, 193 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. Brown had 2 carries for 2 yards and 16. The other running backs I forget the names off top. Got it here. Give me a sec. Lynch, Adams, and Carter literally really weren't doing anything. Nick Marsh, 5 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. It was a great throw from Childs, about like a 40-yard throw through a dime. That was really nice to see. Johnson had 4 receptions for 48 yards. Foster had 5 receptions for 35. Velling had 2 for 22. We're going through it right now. 2 losses, 4 and
Bruh,
5.
negative 36 rushing yards?
Yeah, not good.
What the fuck? At home?
At home. Yeah. Talk to me about this in regards of, we've had talked previously on what we thought this season was going to be, but I think right now, what is the biggest thing that not even needs to happen, but what needs to happen to even possibly just have a positive outlook on this season? Looking at the last 3 games, they're on a bye this week. They go to Illinois. Realistically, Illinois is playing really well. That might be a loss, but then you got 2 home games, and Michigan State has never had 2 home games before towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Those are must-win games. I don't care how that is managed or what needs to happen. Those must be 2-win games. And if we get all 3, even better. But talk to me on your kind of philosophy and what you're thinking, because this has been a tough season. But you got to start somewhere, and I like what we got going. But talk to me about it.
I mean, watching the game, it's like after the first like 10 plays that you've been practicing all week, your first 10, most coordinators got like a first 15. They got a first 15 plays they want to call over. They got a set 15 plays they want to call. Some got 10, some got 15, some maybe have 20. But it's usually in that 15 play range area. After that, I don't be knowing what we be doing.
For real.
I don't be having no idea what we be doing. It's like after you call those plays, can you figure it out as the game goes along? And like I said, I've been saying this for the longest, bro. We can't finish. We don't know how to finish. And it's kind of like week after week, bro. Like week after week, we don't really know how to finish. And I'm not gonna keep blaming it on youth because we're 10 games in right now, ain't we? Where are we? What are
Yeah.
we? Are we 10 games in?
10 games in, but what's youth anymore when you're paying these guys? So it don't matter about youth anymore.
That's another thing. Like, how much time do we gonna? They gonna give you to develop if you making $40,000 a month? You feel me? Like you making $40,000 a month, they need to see it. Like people need, and then the people that's investing in you need to see it.
Right.
Like this NIL shit gonna get crazily ridiculous in a minute. I'm telling y'all right now. I think since players are now getting paid, it's just gonna open up a whole nother, bro. It's just gonna open up a whole nother portal to a whole bunch of other shit. And
Well,
shit,
we're gonna add on that. We're gonna add on that too. I'm gonna call your episode when we do the hot takes. We're calling to speak on it. Makes sense. Not to take your own brand, but continue though. Continue though.
but
Continue though.
we don't have it right now. Like negative 36 yards, especially after the way we ran the ball last week on the road.
Shit.
Bro, the way Adams, I mean not Adams, what's his number 5? Carter, the way he ran
Carter.
the ball last week, we was looking like, oh shit, he look all right. And then you come back and you give him, he has 8 carries for 6 yards. How? It's like we don't really know who we are right now. We don't know if we're a passing team. We don't know if we're a running team. We just don't know. Like we just didn't play well that game. So I ain't about to sit here and bash the squad like that. They're young. They're trying to figure it out. We just don't have it right now. We can't finish. We turn the ball over. We're not making enough plays. Guys are not playing consistent enough. And, like I said, new system, new coaches, new everything. I guess that's just what, that's just what it is right now. So I just hope this shit don't look like this next year. Because what I'm seeing, I don't think it's the scheme. You feel me? Like, I'm not looking at the team like, bro, like, what the fuck is they calling? Like, what are they doing? Like, people just wide open. They're just out of place. It's not that. It's not that. Like, people don't look like they don't know what they're doing. They just look like they don't know how to do it that well. And you just getting beat. So, hopefully we win. We got, like we said, we got 3 games left, 2 of them at home. Finished 2 games in a row at home. Who was it against? We got Illinois.
Purdue. Yep, Illinois, Purdue, and Rutgers.
Yeah, like, they should be wins, but you never know. You never know. So
you don't.
We shall see, man. We'll see. Hopefully the quarterback is all right. He left the game. I guess I don't know what kind of injury he had, but he left the game. I think in like the 3rd quarter or something like that, he ended up leaving the game. And he didn't come back. So I guess we got to keep our eyes on that, see what's going on with him. Bye week, though, came at a good time right now. So
yes, dude.
We shall see, man.
Man, get healthy. Keep finding ways to get better, man, because it does take time. You always got to go ahead and stack days and learn, obviously, from this previous games that we've had. So hopefully go ahead and see something for these last 3 games. We're actually putting effort in, knowing what we're doing, making plays, being assertive out there, because it's just like we don't have any juice when we get out there. It's just like we're just here. We're just doing what we need to do. Boom, boom, whatever it's called. It don't matter what's called. Like execute it. Boom. If that don't work, do it again consistently. And it's just we're not seeing that right now. But hopefully we see it these last 3 games. MSU football on the bye week. Basketball is starting as well. We'll definitely be tapping into that. So don't go ahead and think we're just specifically talking about football. We're definitely going to be tapping into basketball as well. Moving on over to Pistons. Pistons 3-5 right now. So what you going to say about this? Because they did beat the Lakers now. 115-103. Let's see what you got to say here. Because looking at this stat sheet here, we got about 5 guys that are over double digits in points. And you was talking about last time that Hardaway and your main man Tobias Harris had at least average over that. And I'm looking at about 19, 15. I got Cade dropping a triple-double, 17, 11, and 11. I got Ivy actually looking like he wants to play this year with 26, 4-4. You got Holland off the bench, got 12 points. Stewart's got 8, and he also had 9 rebounds. Blocked Brown, I think, maybe once or twice. Do you want to go Lakers first, or do you want to go Pistons first? But you got to go Pistons and then Lakers, because that's just kind of how this show operates. I'm bullshit. Talk to me.
No,
Talk to me. Talk to me about this game.
I mean, like last year the Pistons didn't get their third win. I think until like damn near 35 games into the season. Like they was 3-29. I think they was 3-29, and they just got two wins back to back. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's probably been the first time they did that in.
gotta be 10 years.
I was thinking 2000, 2003, 2004. I'm thinking that long ago, but I mean, it's a good win for him. I mean, you go up against LeBron James. You always gonna get up when LeBron James coming to your arena. You
Right.
always gonna be electric. Whoever is hot in that city, all these celebrities, I guess, when they come, when LeBron is in your town,
Right.
they there. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
They want to see him play. You want to beat them because you want to see how you can go up against, the GOAT. A lot of these guys gonna be like, man, I played against the best player in 20 years. They're gonna be like, I played against the best player ever. You feel me? Whatever. You got these memories, you got the pictures. Maybe you can dunk on the motherfucker. You feel me? Some of them can do that. But that was a good win for him, man. That was a good win for him. Like you said, the stat sheet. Ivy 26 points, 10 for 16. That's efficient, bro. That's and only 1 for 2 on the 3-point line. So he got 10 buckets without like only shooting 2 threes. Like that's efficient right there. And that just shows me that the Lakers is still the Lakers, bro. They still the Lakers, bro. You got Rui, 35 minutes, 8 points. D'Angelo Russell, 33 minutes, 11 points. Like you can't have two starters with 19 points, while you got other guys. Well, you got Tim Hardaway with 19 points by himself. You're not gonna be able to win like that. The Pistons doing their thing though. Like I said, 2 games in a row they won. Cade Cunningham a triple double, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. That's good. I mean, that's showing he's a damn near kind of like a complete player. And what I like to see from him, because I don't really know if he played defense or not, but I know the whole plus and minus that tallies in the defense as well. He was a
Mm-hmm.
plus 14, because I be seeing sometimes it'd be a player with 40 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 blocks, and he'd be a -9. Like, bro, how the fuck you a -9 with 40 points? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
obviously, if he a plus 14, however that's calculated, because we don't know analytics, whatever. He's in the right place at the right time. He's putting his team in position with that's 11 assists. He's crashing the boards. He's a point guard. 11 rebounds. He's just showing that, hey, bro, I'm trying to win. He's doing it all. So I like that. He has to keep this up though. He can't get hurt and miss 20 games, bro. Get
Right.
your ass healthy. Stay healthy, bro. Like, stay healthy. You too young. These motherfuckers too young to be hurt all the time, dog.
Right.
Like, it's just too much. So, like I said, it was a good win for the Pistons, though. 2 in a row. Haven't done that since 1989. Love it, though, man. Love it. Keep doing y'all thing, man. And keep balling. They get some chemistry with each other. And they figuring it out, man. They got to keep it going, though.
Man, look at this, man. Michigan professional sports. You got the Lions doing what they're doing, 7-1. You got the Pistons trying to go ahead and make some noise, 3-5. I mean, really, look at, you never know.
Bro, chill out, bro. I was just
You never know.
relax, bro. Playoffs. Let's get to the play-in playoffs first. Let's do that.
That's real enough. But they do face the Hornets this week and the Hawks. Definitely winnable games for them if they continue to play the way they played, because that this game gives them confidence. You go ahead and play the LA Lakers, like you said, people are in town. You're like, how do we match up against a team that's always good? Especially being there with LeBron. AD's definitely still in my MVP race. He's still at number 1. His numbers are stupid right now from how many games we've played. It was a great win for the Pistons. Moving on, and I said earlier that we're going to go ahead and call this the Speak On It segment. We've had a lot of things go on outside of what we talk about The Saints fire their head coach. Mr. Allen is gone. He has lost 7 in a row in his time. I think 3 years ago when he had first became the head coach, has had really not a lot of success as him being the head coach for the Saints. Talk to me a little bit about this and your thoughts on Dennis Allen being canned.
I mean, it's tough getting fired in the middle of the season. That's just, you feel me? You lost everybody. You lost the locker room. You lost belief. You lost the front office, the fans, all of
Right.
that. I mean, especially starting off 2-0, how they started off. I be knowing that shit ain't gonna last long. You can just tell, like bruh, Derek Carr, your quarterback,
Hello.
it ain't gonna last long. And I'm telling you, that whole Michael Thomas on you peeped that
Whoa. Yeah.
on okay, on the ground on Twitter when he was tweeting. Derek Carr is okay, but all the stuff he was saying, I believe that's true, bro. When I seen that man crying on the field a few years ago,
Do you remember that?
bro, he was crying. He got sacked and he was crying, bro. I was like, bro, it's over for him, and I knew it was over before that. Like,
Right.
I always thought, Derek Carr was like, man, I just look at him like a pretender, bro. I just think he a pretender, bro. I think he can throw a pretty ball, but can he win? Can he make people around him better? And when he cried on the field, I think it confirmed everything I thought about him. Now, I think that
Right.
was like 6 years ago, bro. I think I was still playing when he did that, and I was like, I would not want that to be my quarterback. He's just not good, bro, and he get people fired.
Right.
Like, that's just what it is. He don't make people better, and I never liked that whole thing. Him going to the Saints anyway. I remember that. I didn't like that either. But it's just it's just messed up when your coach get fired in the middle of the year because, like I said, I've been a part of that. When I first got to the league my rookie year, our coach got fired week 4. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. You feel me? Like, you don't really know what's
Right.
going on. But they fired him week 4. I'm like, damn, this shit had to be bad before I got here. But I noticed it there too. Like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
when I first got to the league, bro, those practices, bro, those are some of the hardest practices and I was like a rookie, third
Mm-hmm.
team, just figuring it out. I wasn't even getting reps like that.
Yeah.
But bro, when I tell you every period was like 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, bro, and we was going all the way until it went 0. We got like 19, 21 periods. Like 8 or 9 of them is 20, 25-minute periods. I'm like, bro, this shit is stupid. Like, this is not smart, bro. Motherfuckers was done by the time the season started, and that's why. They were like, bro, you can't do it. You can't. But whatever. I mean, it kind of messed up a lot of things with the players in the locker room. They don't know they position on the team right now.
Right.
They don't know if the owner gonna keep them. They don't know. You feel me? It's just a bunch of components. It's like, damn, we didn't fire them during the year. But I mean, lose 7 games in a row, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. Especially you lost the locker room. The team captain's not really rocking with you like that. It's time to go. I mean, that's just what it is. He was under the staff of Sean Payton. I think he got hired he was on Sean Payton's staff, if I'm not mistaken.
Because he was a defensive coordinator, wasn't he? Defensive
That's what
minded guy.
he was already there.
Mm-hmm.
So that don't mean he was supposed to be the head coach anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I mean, it sucks. But I mean, shit. There's players getting cut every week too.
Right.
There's players in there working out and training. I mean, not working out for teams every Tuesday. We know it. Every Tuesday, somebody getting cut. I remember being in there every time. There's a new person in the locker room every week. So that means somebody else gone. It's just the nature of the business, bro. This is a win-loss league. Are you winning or are you losing? Okay, cool. You losing? Bye. That's just what it is. But sucks. But shit, you lose 7 games in a row. You gotta get up out of here, my boy. And that's just what it is.
And it's tough that you got Derek Carr as a quarterback. Anyways, let's move on. Next question that we want to go ahead and cover as well, or not even next question, just to talk on it. Obviously, we all watched that Monday Night Football game, Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Kansas City Chiefs, that went into overtime. Kansas City won that 30-24. Patrick Mahomes went ahead and had an efficient game with no interceptions. 34 of 44 from the field, 291 yards throwing and 3 touchdowns. Hunt had 27 carries, 106 yards and 1 touchdown. Travis Kelce got back in the mix, had 14 receptions for 100 yards. And they did add a weapon in Hopkins, who had 2 touchdowns as well and had 8 receptions for 85 yards. I'm going to tell you this right now, and it's going to be the same thing. Have fun beating the Chiefs in the AFC. Talk to me about this because, I don't know what else you need to see from this Chiefs team. 8-0, went down to the wire against a good Bucs team. Tampa Bay always plays well. Chiefs are just that team. They are realistically, when you look at it, it's dynasty mode. And if you don't want to believe it, kudos to you. But talk to me about this game.
I'm going to say shout out to Todd Boyles. He's missing Godwin, Mike Evans. He don't have a number one running back. He don't have a number one tight end. He don't have neither one of his weapons on the outside. So they got new guys coming in at wide receiver. That's not number ones or number twos. The defense is be missing guys in and out, but the defense is defense. But if you looked at how they played last night, they played with a spirit, and they played with a winning spirit. They played with good energy. Like, that was a good game.
It's a great game.
Like, that was a good game. Baker made some plays. Like, he made some throws. He was kind of, I'm going to tell you this. After the Chiefs scored 24-17, I went to sleep. Because it was like 3 minutes left, and it was right after
I went to sleep.
Baker had, they had just got a 3-and-out, and they punted the ball.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning was like, I would have went for it. It was like 4 for 16. He was like, I would have went for it because he don't think you can get the ball back. And I was thinking the same thing because I'm like, bro, they probably not gonna get the ball back. It's raining. Yeah, they got 3 timeouts, but it's Patrick Mahomes. You probably not gonna get the ball back. So I went to sleep. I'm like, yeah, it's over. I wake up and it's overtime win. I'm like, damn. So Baker must have got the ball back and went down there and scored. That's big time right there. That's big time right there. Especially when it's raining. You ain't got no chemistry with the guys you're throwing it to. Let me see what he was 11 targets, 8 receptions, 77 yards, touchdown. Sterling Shepard, shout out to him. 4 catches, 8 yards. Palmer, 2 catches, 33 yards. And, threw it to a couple wide receivers. But none of these guys, none of them names I just named is like going to, like, oh, my God, he's a game changer. But Baker is able to find them, score 24 points with them on the road in the rain. That's big time for him. Like, that would motivate me if I was in that locker room. I'd be like, okay, Baker. Like, even though we lost, you gotta be able to take take good from the loss. You gotta be like, okay, I like that, but you gotta keep doing it. But Patrick Mahomes, man. I didn't think it was gonna take that long for him to get on board with DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is one of those space guys.
Right.
Like, he get open in space. Like, he ain't routing you up like anybody. He ain't about to, be wide open all the time. But in this offense, he can be wide open because you're going against Patrick Mahomes. You're not going. You feel me? Like, you ain't double teaming him. You feel me? You got Travis Kelce. You got Patrick Mahomes. He really like number 84, Watson.
He's nice though.
He be catching the ball, bro. Like that. That's all he do that I see.
He fast as hell too, though. If Mahomes in the beginning, I think it was the first half, he like overshot him.
Yeah,
but he was rolling on a post route or whatever. I'm like, where do they find these guys? Like, that's strictly. But he be catching the rock though. That's all you need. You need someone that can catch the rock.
Yeah, so they be catching the rock. They got weapons, man. You lose your running back, and he probably gonna be coming back soon. So then you're gonna have Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. Good luck. You lose Rasheem Rice. You feel me? Then you replace him, and you can't really replace him because he cold. But you replace him with DeAndre Hopkins, where they traded a 5th-round pick to get him. And I just seen today the Dallas Cowboys traded for Mingo, and they traded a 4th-round pick to get Mingo. Mingo has 500 career receiving yards.
Jerry Jones has no brain cells, but carry on.
Like I said, man, DeAndre Hopkins, he good, man. He had 2 touchdowns last night. He's a space guy. He know how to get open. He know how to catch the ball. He's not about to be dropping the rock. Feel me? He's not going to be double teamed, so he's going to have his opportunities to catch the ball. We've seen it last night. Um, the Chiefs, man, they just know how to win. It don't matter how it look. It don't matter if it's raining, if it's storming, if it's overtime, if they down by 15 going into the fourth quarter. If Patrick Mahomes roll out and get hurt, look like he done messed up his knee, went into the tent, came back out, still be able to do what he do. Like, they just cold, bro. They just a really good team right now. And I don't even think they really peaked yet. I think they kind of chilling and winning. And I don't think they doing it like arrogantly. I think they just, they ain't as motivated right now. But they still playing well. Just not they ain't reached their peak yet. But I think they coming up on going towards that. They can be beat though. Last night showed them that they can be beat, but you gotta beat them. Great win by the Chiefs last night, man. It's gonna be hard beating Patrick Mahomes anywhere. I don't care where it's at. It's gonna be hard. So until it happens, he the GOAT.
No, I'm right with you on that. And I want to just kind of give my little 2 cents on the Buccaneers, especially what you said about Baker Mayfield. I mean, you look at them right now; they're second in their division behind the Falcons. I mean, 4-5. Those other teams, Saints and the Panthers, trash. So realistically, you look at it, you're just fighting with the Falcons. But I mean, that game last night, I'm like, man, they're gonna give some. They could be a team that can go ahead and get an NFC, give a team a little bit of a run for whoever they get in, maybe wild card, maybe to get into the playoffs. I just like what I saw. Just as much crap as I've talked about Baker Mayfield on this show. That he's just out there playing. Like he don't care. Like he plays efficient football. Both these quarterbacks played efficient. When I don't see any interceptions on their stat line, that's efficient football. So shout out to him. But all in all, great Monday night game. Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the NFL. There's no argument. There's no nothing. We can sit here from
But
now until he's done.
he's the best quarterback for sure, but he's not having the best year of a quarterback.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
like he can still be the best without having the best
right.
year.
But I just feel right now, like you had said it earlier, they're just coasting. I think right now, this game for Patrick Mahomes, I think he might not throw another interception the rest of the year. Because the
Yeah.
reason why I say that is because now he knows what this game did for him and Hopkins' chemistry to go ahead and now be in sync because Hopkins was doing whatever and he was wide open 1-on-1. But then what does that do? That opens up Kelsey for these little routes for him to get going. Now he knows that Hopkins is there, that he's going to be wide open. They have a great running game. And when you go ahead and run the ball for over 100 yards and you don't even have your starting running back, man, I'm going to just leave it at that for the people to go ahead and think about that when they are fully healthy and everyone's ready to go. So that was a great game Monday night. Shout out to the Chiefs. They're continuing to go ahead and make a dynasty that we may not ever see ever again after they get done doing what they get done doing. So,
Yeah.
last but not least here, before we go on the segment of Speak On It, MVP. We got it obviously midway here almost, week 8 rolling to week 9 or whatever week it is. I am looking here at Vegas Insider. They have Lamar Jackson at number 1. They got Josh Allen at number 2. They got Patrick Mahomes at number 3. They have Jared Goff at number 4, and they got Jaden Daniels at number 5. I'm not going to lie, looking at this list, pretty solid. Maybe one thing that I would change, and this is being nitpicky, I would maybe flip Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes. But I do like Lamar at number 1. He's playing unreal. Same as Josh Allen. Same as Jared Goff. Both those guys are very efficient when it comes to numbers-wise. Jaden Daniels has good numbers as well. He's definitely going to win Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. That's over with already. I think that he's going to be still playing efficient football throughout this whole time. What are you thinking about this MVP race right now in your own thinking?
At this moment right now, I don't think it's close. At this moment right now, I think Lamar Jackson is by far the MVP of the NFL. Last year, Lamar Jackson had, I think he had 23 passing touchdowns the whole year. It was around like 23,
Yeah,
24.
yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24. He has 20 right now in nine in what 8 games, 9 games. He has 20. He has 2 interceptions, and the 2 interceptions came on drop passes from the wide receiver. So he's not even really throwing interceptable passes. He is the first. He leads the NFL in NFL history in perfect passer rating games before, and he did it under 100 games. You got Peyton, Tom Brady. I think it was Patrick Mahomes on that list. I think a lot of guys was tied with 3, and
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. He was tied with them, and then he came back and just ended it last week before. He's playing on another level right now. Like, and this was the level that I like. This is the level that I always like envision, because I feel like he is one of those guys that he love the game. You feel me?
Right.
Like every Sunday, you can tell that he love this shit. Like
Right.
he really care about it, and he want to get better, and he want his teammates to win, and he wants to win. Like, you can't tell me he's not a winning quarterback because he hasn't won a Super Bowl. You're not gonna be able to tell me that. Like, he is a winning quarterback. Like, I think there's quarterbacks that went to the Super Bowl that's not winning quarterbacks. You feel me? Like, I'm talking about like every game he lined up on, he can win. And this guy's just playing electric, bro. He's just playing overly electric right now, and it's because of him. Because the Ravens defense ain't doing shit.
No.
They ain't doing nothing. Like, they look weak, bro. They look weak. They D line and they secondary, they weak. They weak right now. They don't even be turning the ball over. Like, you ain't gotta be the best. You ain't gotta be the number one defense. Just make timely plays, make timely stops. And sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. But my list would be definitely Lamar Jackson. And I'll put after that Josh Allen. And then I'll put Derrick Henry. And I'm gonna just go 3. I'm not gonna go 5. I'm not putting Patrick Mahomes in the top, because he's not playing great this year. You feel me? Like, yeah, he's
Right.
Patrick Mahomes, but just because the team 8-0, that don't mean he's, you feel me, playing really, really well. And Jared Goff, I think he's doing a good job, but bro, he ain't no MVP, bro. Like,
Man,
he
give him his flowers.
I think I just said last week he's the best game manager in the game, which makes him a game changer.
No, you
But
did. I'm
bro,
talking shit.
it's so many other, it's so much, you feel me? But he doing his thing. And he's in there. I'll put him in that top. He's in that top. I'll put him in there. But I'm gonna put Derrick Henry before them, because I think Derrick Henry is doing more. That's just me. But like I said, right now I got Lamar Jackson, MV3. That's what they call him right now. They call him MV3. MV3, man. He keep doing what he doing. Keep making things happen. I don't even think he's using his legs that much right now. Because
No.
he's became like a really smart player. Like, bro, the first 8-9 games, he's not really running that much. Now, he's been running. He's been running a little bit more this year than he did last year. That's because he lost weight. I told you last year, I'm looking like, bro, why you trying to gain weight? You look slow. I ain't
Because he
saying you
was
look
running,
slow.
because they had him running the ball like he was Derrick Henry. That's why.
Yeah, but bro, he won MVP being small.
Right.
Like, you don't gotta, you know, it got to the point where he like, bro, I'm comfortable with who I am. You
Right.
feel me? I ain't saying he wasn't comfortable, but at times in your career, you kind of change it up. You know, you gonna try different things. And
Mm-hmm.
last year, he tried to play at 220, 215, and he was kind of slow, and he
Right.
didn't run as much as he did. But now, shit, he looked like MVP from 2019, and he's just a better thrower too. Anticipation, quick game. I seen him throw a dig route over the middle to Zay Flowers, and it was a window that he anticipated. I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched Lamar throw the ball. This was probably one of the best throws, anticipation throws, all of that. This is one of the best ones. He threw a dig route to Zay Flowers, like literally, like we passed the linebacker window, but as soon as he passed the linebacker window, it was another linebacker right there, and he threw it in between those guys, way before Zay Flowers got there. and Zay Flowers caught it. It probably like shocked Zay Flowers because he looking like, I ran my dig. Oh damn, the ball right here. Caught it and kept running. I was like, oh, I say yeah, that's the MVP right there. He playing. He is straight Zen mode right now. He ready to go. So Lamar Jackson is Lamar, man. I definitely gonna give it to him. You can't tell me nobody else playing better than him. I don't care if he won last year. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what he did last year. He got 20 touchdowns right now in 9 games. He had 23 last year. Don't tell me he's not the MVP, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
Man, those stats, though, from 2019, he had over 3,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He ended his quarterback rating with 113. He is right now at 120 through 8 games or 9 games as a quarterback rating. He's at 2,300 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I think he's about to go ahead and have about 20 more. I don't even think that he's going to possibly be over 6 interceptions because when you watch him play, and it's very sweet to see guys evolve. It's good to see players that do care about getting better because you look at his track record, right? He goes ahead, he won it in 19 and was it 19 in 2020?
Yeah, 19.
So he won it those years, and then you see in 2021, 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. 2022, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 2023, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, but he got hurt. Now you're seeing this to where you're seeing a guy that is just gradually getting better and taking his game to the next level because he wants to be great. We've talked about this all the time. Quarterbacks just going out there, being game managers, and not really trying to go ahead and tap into their best potential every single year and not taking little things down. Okay, you know what? I remember in this situation when I had did this, I'm going to do this differently now. Or me not running the football to where I need to run it as much, that just trust the check down. Just throw it to your running back, let him go ahead and do what he needs to do. So you're always on the field. If Lamar Jackson is on the field, have fun trying to cover him or try to go ahead and do whatever to stop him because you can't. There's no defense, there's no coach, there's no player, there's no nothing. You can have Myles Garrett, you can have Reggie White, you can have any of these great DNs that have ever played the TJ Watt, JJ Watt, anybody that's played this game. You are not bringing Lamar Jackson down. And I'm talking about all positions on the defensive side. There's no one that can go and physically go ahead and one-on-one against it. Ray Lewis, one-on-one, I'm taking Lamar Jackson because you're not bringing him down. He's too good of a player, and he is really in that bag right now, and I'm loving it. I want him to win one so bad. I hope when it comes time to where it is the AFC, he goes wherever he goes, and it's just a Lamar Jackson show. He go ahead, full grills in, top bottoms, goes into wherever he goes into, and just puts on a masterpiece. It's one of those times where you're like, hey, you remember that time back in 2024 where Lamar Jackson went ahead and took the Ravens all the way through to the Super Bowl and won? Hey, I'm all for it. I love when my good brother's doing his thing. I love when any brother doing his thing, especially at the quarterback position. So shout out to him, man. It's gonna be fun.
To add this, obviously Derrick Henry helping out with that, which I thought it would be because you gotta, like I said, you gotta worry about both of them in the backfield. They are the number one wide receiver on their offense. They are both those guys is. I said last year if they would have got him, his number one wide receiver is Derrick Henry, and that's just what it is. But question,
yeah,
who do you think? Which addition you to their new team do you think is like more valuable? Derrick Henry to the Ravens or Saquon Barkley to the Eagles?
Tough one.
Because they both changed the nature of their team.
They did. I think I'd have to go ahead and I would give it more to Saquon by a little than Derrick Henry. And the reason why I say that is because now Jalen Hurts doesn't have to run the football. Look at what both of these quarterbacks, guys that did run a lot in their career before up to now having a running back that can go ahead and do that for them. And I think Saquon goes ahead and takes a lot of pressure off Hurts, a lot of pressure off Smith, a lot of pressure off Brown because they know, like, they go ahead. Damn, it's 3rd and 4. Like we got a pass play. Like I want to go ahead. Even though you do want the ball, but there's sometimes like maybe want to break. Like I'm not saying it like crazy like that, but I'm being real. Like I'm just saying like, man, damn, like I got to go ahead and do everything. Like I got to catch this on 3rd and 2. I got to. Now
Yeah.
being able to go ahead and hand the ball off to a guy who's a special talent in Saquon and in Henry, you getting a rock. To them, they gonna go ahead and make some shake. I mean, we all saw last weekend what Saquon's crazy ass did. I've never seen that in my life, bro. I've watched that 10 times. I'm like, bro, this is the most freakish athletic play I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dog.
The craziest play that I've seen with my 2 eyes was when LeBron James, when he was with Cleveland, I think it was in Portland, and they just threw the ball when he was a cap, and this man damn near neck or armpit was over, or any type of time that LeBron was Miami LeBron, like where his whole like chest was over the rim. You like, dog, how can you do this? That was that type of play that Saquon did. But you know what's crazy? That is the best play I've ever seen in my lifetime. He has a helmet, shoulder pads, so he's already being weighed down on top of what he already has, and have the audacity to get jiggy in the beginning. And then in just your mind, I'm just going to jump up, legs out to jump over this man backwards. Like, come on, bro. How?
Hey, hey, bro. That shit was insane. I remember when I was with the Giants, and I think this was his rookie year. This was his rookie year with the Giants, and we used to just be in practice, and he used to do shit, and I used to just be like, dog, what? Like it was just like I'm talking about like practice, like not just like running on air. Like he just used to do stuff, and I used to be like, bro, how, bro? Like he was catching one hand passes at running back. Like he was just catching one hand, like just easy, like just whatever. And but I ain't talking about how he used to jump over motherfucker. I watched him jump over a dude from the Chicago Bears. I mean, whole clear him up in the air, clear him, and like he jumped so high that he couldn't even. Like he ain't even land on his feet coming down. He was so high he had to like roll when he came down, bro. But that was probably one of the most. I don't even know how to explain that shit, bro. Because if he didn't do that, I would have still thought that play was saucy because he sauced 33 up crazy, dog.
Yes.
Then he say, "Oh shit, I'm a little off balance. I gotta jump." Man, that's explosion. That's hang clean. That's deadlifts. I mean, this motherfucker legs is damn tank anyway. But hey, Saquon, bro, you need to chill, bro.
Yeah,
You
you
got to
definitely.
chill, my dog. Like that is crazy, bro. Like that's player of the year.
Has to
I don't
be.
care about the Garrett Wilson catch. I think the Garrett Wilson catch was cold. And no, the Garrett Wilson catch is not better than Odell catch. Stop fucking saying that.
Yeah, I
I don't
don't.
hear that shit. I didn't even want to even talk about it because the Garrett Wilson catch was cool. But bro, Dale caught that motherfucker with 3 fingers behind his head. And he palmed it and brung it in. Hey bro, I didn't want to hear that. Player of the year. Saquon player of the year. But I asked you that question because I wanted to see because I know that was 2 running back additions that went to another team and they changed like the trajectory of that team. And they also like they helped the quarterback.
Right.
Like even though Jalen Hurts even though the Ravens had a number one, they always had a number one rushing offense without no number one running back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And but it was never respected like it is respected right now with Derrick Henry. Jalen Hurts always been a good running quarterback. He always had a running game. He had Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had a very like 1,500-yard rushing year with the Eagles that one year, and
Yeah.
then they came back with Swift, and then Swift had like a 1,400, 1,500 rushing. He led the league in rushing yards. But it was like, okay, it's Swift. But when you add Saquon, he adds a different, like you have to respect him on another level
Right.
because he can change the game. He can win the game by himself, just like Derrick Henry can. And when you put Derrick Henry next to Lamar Jackson, you put Saquon Barkley next to Jalen Hurts, it makes them so much better individually. So, I just wanted to ask you that question. I ain't got another question.
No, it's a good question. I think, well, yeah, game changers. That's what you need, right? When it gets down to the playoffs, you need guys that can go ahead and singly win you a game. And I saw with my own eyes in 2022 when he was in the Vikings, he went ahead and made everybody on that defense look like they never played defense before. Him and Daniel Jones going crazy. But good additions for both those teams. But I would have to go ahead and say Saquon definitely a little bit more than Derrick Henry. But I mean, it's two peas in a pod.
One more second. I remember talking about these rookie quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
I was talking about the rookie quarterbacks. And one quarterback, I was like, I'm not sold on him, bro. I just don't think he's going to be good, bro. I don't really like him. And that was Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I think he pretty damn. I think he all right, bro. I think he all right, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to prove it. I just think you got to prove it. You prove me wrong, I'm going to be like, shit, you good. You feel what I'm saying? Because it ain't
Right.
nothing. I don't know these guys. I'm just saying, like, from what I'm seeing.
Right.
But what I seen from college and at Auburn and at Oregon, I'm thinking, like, okay, he's just at Oregon. He's another Oregon quarterback, coming into the league. I don't know how good he's gonna be. But bro, Sean Payton got him looking good, but it's also him. I'm not just gonna always get the credit to the coaches, because the players out there playing against those defenses that he playing against. He looked all right, bro. He don't look like a fucking rookie. Like, he don't look like he don't know what he's doing. And I like that. So shout out to Bo Nix, bro. Hey, because I was hard on him for sure. I was like, man, I don't think he's gonna be good at all. But the Broncos can be all right in the next few years. Looking at him, I like him though. But shout out to Bo Nix though. But Jaden Daniels winning Rookie of the Year. Call him.
It's already set in stone him winning it. I have Bo Nix being a sleeper for a team. So, I mean, you look at it, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, over 1,500 yards. But the thing is that I'll never forget before we go ahead and go, where he had challenged Sean Payton as well on the sideline,
I
basically
like that.
saying, like, what are you calling? What are you doing? I love that. Because you know what that does? That just makes the players around him like, oh yeah, we got one of them ones. Like, he not going for none of that shit. And I like that. So shout out to Bo Nix, man. And shout out to y'all for going ahead and tuning in, man. We're gonna go ahead and head out of here. Take us out, Mr. Lip.
Hey man, drink y'all water. Take care of yourselves. Lakers, do not lose to the Pistons no more, you motherfuckers. Um, that's all I got, man. Take care of yourself, man.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys when we'll see you.